The summer forecast calls for snowfall. It's Devo Brown, and in today's Entertainment City, we're taking a look at Season 2 of the crack drama that's set in the 80s, but timely as ever.
I've been growing a business. I want to be careful about who know the recipe.
The sophomore season of Snowfall continues the fascinating story of the rise of the crack cocaine epidemic and its huge impact on culture. It's now 1984 in Los Angeles, and the young street entrepreneur from Season 1, Franklin Saint, is starting to experience the perils of success as he and his friends continue to use crack to reach their goals of money, power, and influence, despite the dangers involved.
I think that's the tragedy of our show, because particularly with someone like Franklin Saint, he's a young, sweet kid, he's boyish, so you instantly like him, you know, and then you feel bad because you're like, I really want him to sell that cocaine. I really want him to sell that crack.
The show's co-creator is John Singleton, the acclaimed director of Boys in the Hood, whose idea for Snowfall came from his own experiences.
I grew up in the 80s in Los Angeles, and I saw people go through a lot of stuff. I mean, there were people who got into selling drugs that would never have thought about having any type of criminal activity in their life before. And because of, you know, the nature of the times and economics and stuff, you know, some people went that way.
And despite its retro setting, there's a very real timeliness to the story Snowfall is telling.
I think it speaks closely to a lot of things that are happening today, you know, particularly with the opioid crisis which is going on right now, which is seen as a health crisis, you know. If the crack cocaine epidemic was approached the same way opioids are, maybe it would have been a different outcome.
The opioid crisis, you know, before that there was crack, and before crack it was heroin, you know. So these things, I think, comes in cycles and waves in terms of each generation. The story's still very, very relevant.
I think it's just important to not shy away from the truth, you know, regardless of how it's going to make you feel, especially in a time of, you know, in political worlds that we're in currently, you know, just to understand that sometimes it's better to arm yourself with knowledge than, you know, to be ignorant about what's real and what isn't.
For now, we keep the cooking in the family. I'll figure out how to move it.
Season 2 of Snowfall premieres next Thursday, July 19th on FX. Before that, catch up on the show with a Season 1 marathon. That's airing this weekend on FX. For Entertainment City, I'm Devo Brown.